I don't know how to pronounce the name of this, but it was like Wygvnr, and it's a deadlift jack. Let me just show you what we have currently. So if you post anything in the comments, I'll show you anything you want to see in the gym, but until then it's going to be pretty chill. We're just going to assemble this. So what we have now is like a one-sided deadlift jack. And then I got for review this like two-sided one. So let's take a look in the box there. Can you try this camera and see if it's still on? Like, I'm just curious if that's if they can see what's in there. All right. So can you see the box from there?
Yeah.
All right. Can you try the other camera just to see what's there? And then after that, then you're in charge. I just want to see what each camera looks like. And then after we've seen them all, then you can do whatever you want. All right, so I didn't find the instructions yet, but I started taking these pieces out. Oh, okay. So that's, wow, it's like a minute delayed at least. All right, so piece number one there. You think that's the handle? I think it is. All right. Well, if that's the handle, then what's this? All right. No. Is this the hand? This is the handle. So then what the hell was that piece? I don't know. Oh no, this is the floor. This part's gonna go on the floor, and then the handle is gonna attach to this. I didn't find the instructions yet, but I think that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there are any instructions. We might have to go to the website or just figure it out. See now, you know how Nick, you have that graphic thing?
Yeah.
We could take a picture of this. This is the instructions. Oh no, there's no the instructions are very simple. But anyway, if we took a picture of this with the iPad, then you'd be able to use the picture-in-picture to assemble this. But I think these are such simple instructions, we're not going to bother. I probably should have made a graphic of the instructions. So basically the handle attaches to the base, and then you hook on those two sides. Like, we're going to be done in 5 minutes. You can feel free, Nick, this one that's on a tripod, you can feel free to move that around the gym and look at whatever you want. Or you could use it to do close-ups of what I'm assembling. All right, so they gave us a couple of tools here. Allen key and some sort of wrench, is that? If you switch around the camera angles like every once in a while, or you could set it to, I don't know if you set it to auto director, if you can like overwrite the auto director. If not, just every once in a while flip to another camera angle. Even if you just go there for 10 seconds. Should have brought a blade with me. So Nick, do you think we need, do you know how this is going to be different from the regular jack that we have?
I don't know what that is.
All right. You saw at the beginning I showed the single deadlift jack, right?
No, I didn't.
All right, I'm going to pick it up again in a second. All right. So this is what we have now. So when we're deadlifting, you like put that under the bar.
Oh, yeah.
You pick up the bar, and then you can change the weights without having to like hold 250 pounds in your hand while you're changing the weights. So this one, when it's assembled, it's gonna look like this. So what do you notice about this? It has two of those grippers.
Yeah.
So I think the big problem with this is gonna take up too much weight, too much room in the gym. Like, I don't know where we're going to keep it. And if we don't have space for it in the gym, then we're not going to keep it. We're just going to test it and then donate it or something. I can't get this off. All right, I'm just going to leave that on. I'll cut it off when we're done. I forgot to bring a blade here. And I missed. Throwing that out the door. Yeah. No comments yet?
Absolutely.
Cut that plastic off. That was ridiculous. Alright. Side pieces. Well, actually, these are the pieces that are going to hold up the bar. And as you see, they have a similar base. Remember that first piece? They both have the same like base on it. When's the last time you switched the camera?
Maybe a minute ago.
Alright, maybe go back to the tripod. We're going to start, I'm going to show these little pieces. Alright, so everything's out of the box now. So we got two of these pieces which are obviously going to touch the floor and the bar. I'll tell you what I already noticed. Let me show you compared to this one. Do I know the brand of this one? I'm not sure. Look at this one. Maybe it's Titan, but it's not branded. So maybe it's not Titan. There's plastic here, which they call the UHMW, and it sort of protects your bar. And this one doesn't have it, which means you got to use some of your UHMW tape, or if you don't have a roll, you've got to buy it. So that's already kind of a problem. You can also see it's not as deep. So we've got issues with this thing. Anyway, we said we'll assemble it, so let's do it. So we got these two pieces. We got the big base, which is going to obviously touch the ground again. We got the cross piece, which is going to connect to the two pieces that are going to go on the bar and hold the bar, go on the floor and hold the bar, and then we've got the handle. And I can tell you, this handle is not very tall. Like the whole idea of a deadlift jack is you don't want to go down there to the floor and pick it up. And now you can see here how it's going to assemble. And it looks like you're going to be, it's not that long. So this thing already has issues, but let's keep assembling it. All right. All right. I'm not sure if there's, it's basically just one instruction. So I guess you just decide for yourself what you want to do first. So I think what we're going to do first is attach the sides of this cross piece. How many minutes in are we? What? When you don't want to pay attention for a few minutes, press auto director. Do you know how to do that? Or let me go over there and I'll help you. Because I think you can press auto director, but also overwrite the auto director. But definitely pay attention to the chat comments. Now, let me see the screen. Oh, there it is right there, auto director. So, how do we turn it on? Is it already turned on? Oh, there it is, turned on. All right. So I think now it'll auto-direct, but you also can override anytime you want to.
All right.
All right, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna attach these. Does it matter which side you attach it to? It looks like it's asymmetric. We've got holes on this side, and we've got a side piece on both sides, so I don't think it matters. But I guess we're gonna find out. Okay. finger tighten everything for now, and then at the end, when everything is good, that's where we're tightening it up. And that makes sense because often if you tighten them completely at the beginning, you like don't have the wiggle room for some pieces that need to be, let's say, inserted between other pieces. It's tricky. But if you don't tighten them enough, they'll also fall off. So neither way is really perfect. You could tighten them a little bit and then tighten them fully at the end. But for now, I'm just like finger tightening them. And then at the end, I'll tighten them up completely. All right, now make sure we got the bar holders and the bases at the same side. Now, I'm wondering if these are the same height. Yeah, they look like they're the same height and they're right angles. I would want to match the angle on the other side, except I don't think there is an angle. I think it's basically looks the same on either side. Let's see here. Yeah, just two right angles. There's nothing to match up there. It's a very simple assembly. Can't go wrong if you tried. Now watch, I'll make a mistake and I'll look like an idiot. But let's see. So we got a rest today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a shame when a rest day falls on the weekend. I feel on the one hand, it's like you're like doubling down on rest. On the other hand, I feel like, well, we're not rushing, to work or to homework, or we're not like, trying to get anywhere quickly. We've got time, but we're not going to do a workout because the rest day happens to fall. I don't know what cycle everyone else does. We basically do a 4-day repeating cycle. So we usually do back and bis, and then the next day chest, shoulder, tri, and then the next day legs, and then the 4th day in the cycle is the rest day. So we happen to be on our rest day today, and there's no laundry hanging in the gym. So this is a perfect day to film with TOI. All right, now is a slightly tricky part. Which way do I put this in? I think like this. We're now attaching the base. And the base is going to have an angle to it. That's the part that's going to be tricky. We got to make sure we put it on at the right angle. I assume there's an angle to it. It's possible that there isn't. And then the angle just comes from how you place it, when you've got the weight on it. All right. What do you think? I don't see an angle in this piece. Yeah, I think the angle is all just in how you place it because it's got rounded feet. Rounded feet on the base and the two side pieces. So you can spin it. You're often going to see it placed at an angle, but it doesn't look like there's anything about it. I think I'm just going to put the side with the better looking welding on top because I don't think this one has the better looking, in my opinion. I don't think there's really anything different. There's no angle to it. I think you can put it on either way. Almost dropped the piece there, but I caught it. All right, we only got one more piece, and then we tighten it. And then we'll do a little demo. All right, so how does the handle go on now? Should be just like this, right? Seeing if just thinking about that. Just comparing it to the single as a reference. So the single would be like this, and the handle would be, yeah, I think that's right. I'm actually fine with the single. I mean, I guess the double will save you a couple of seconds, but I haven't had any problems using the single mini deadlift jack. I mean, it takes up no space in the gym. Nick, you have any opinions on deadlift?
I feel like it's a good exercise for your back.
Okay, what's your favorite day? The chest, shoulder, try, the back and by.
Chest, shoulder, try.
Right, I agree. What do you like best, the shoulders or the chest?
Bench press.
Bench press, right? Absolutely, classic. Well, in powerlifting, the big three are bench, squat, and deadlift. And deadlift is considered a back exercise in that sort of context. Like if you ever heard someone say like push, pull, squat, the pull is the deadlift. But, you know, I don't really think it's the best. I mean, like, I like pull-ups, I like pull-downs, I like rows. I'm not the biggest like deadlift fan. But apparently it's like quite an exercise. It's your arms, it's your back, it's your legs, you know. As I said, it's part of the powerlifting. But I think it's the lowest one. I think that it's the lowest weight that people do is in the deadlift. The squat is usually the highest, but even the bench is higher. People bench more than they deadlift, which I don't think the regular person does that, but the powerlifters do that. There's like it's like the deadlift maxes out at some point. But you know, powerlifters wear all that like equipment. It's no longer like even you know, they wear all these like diapers for squatting and this bench shirt. So there it is, assembled, but it's not tightened. And we have a problem. I didn't put this plate in. So we gotta put that plate in and then we gotta start tightening things up. So I'll probably put the plate in and tighten the handle first. I think it makes sense to tighten it first, not just because I'm working on the handle. I just think it's the least moving parts on the handle. So we might as well tighten that first. All right, so they gave us an Allen wrench and a regular wrench, or an Allen key and a wrench. So let's see if that's gonna do the job. A little righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. How many minutes in are we? Does it say?
I can't see.
Okay.
You can check the timestamp here, maybe.
Oh, by the way, you can feel free to move the tripod if you want. It's if you wanted to get super close-ups or anything like that. It's like there's like dials on it that you can point the tripod differently, but there's also you can just hold the stick. Yeah. You waited till the red light was on to do that?
No.
Or you pressed the tripod.
Turned off the auger.
Oh, smart. Good. All right, well, I'm kind of stuck here. I have a super close-up of me not being able to get this stuff.
I'd be more comfortable with just holding the camera.
All right, let me show you how to do that. All right. Okay. Now give me the tripod for a second. All right, so that you like do this, and you fold up this. It would be cool if I was showing this and we were on another camera.
I can do that.
All right, so I already folded down the tripod, and next I'm gonna do the telescope. And then the final thing, you might want to change the angle on this, just so it's like more natural. So now you just got a handheld camera.
Okay, works.
Is that camera on? Oh, the auto director, right.
No, I turned it off.
Wait, did you turn it off by the slider, or did you just override
the slider,
it?
by the
Oh,
slider.
okay, then it's definitely off. Okay, I think it's on this one. It's going to be easier to turn the nut than the key. I just can't get to that key underneath. I'll turn the nut here. All right. What next? So this looks like it's going to be easy. Just lock this in place and turn the Allen key until it won't turn anymore. If you got like a metal tube or whatever, you put it on the Allen key. And it not only extends it, but it's like some like Archimedean rule that if you extend the Allen key, it's a longer lever and then it's easier to turn. Not that this is a tough one to turn, but if you ever need that, you put a pipe on there, or even just like the shaft of a ballpoint pen or whatever, although metal preferred. Okay, so we got 2 more. Now we just got to do the arms. All the same. It looks like they're all the same size nuts and bolts. I just used like 8 of the exact same bolt. Oops. It says on it 13. All right, almost done. Probably should put this ball side down so I don't break my nice new Stray Dog Alpha bench. Goodness. You got it. Yeah, you got it. I'm on the second to last screw, but of course that's the one giving me a problem. Couldn't get the angle to it. All right, this is the last screw, and this thing is done. And then we test it out, but I'm not going to use my Ohio power bar because there's no UHMW on this. So, all right, let's test it out. It's built. I don't even know how to pronounce this. It's kind of like Wygvnr. Something like that. It was like Wygvnr. Okay. Let's grab a bar. I probably should grab this. I have an extremely generic bar.
Hold the shoulder cam.
I have an extremely generic bar down here, but I've got equipment hanging off it. So I'm going to use the power guidance bar. All right. So, actually, I'm going to turn around and do it towards this angle. I probably should put it into the rack, but I just don't want to deal with that right now. Literally over the shoulder. All right, so there it is. Let's put some weight on it. Get this one out of the way.
I want to deploy the tripod again.
What do you want to do?
Deploy the tripod.
Okay.
This thing's hard to work on.
You want to pull out the tripod?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll show you. Here, switch to this camera back here. I'll show you the tripod. It's pretty cool. You want to do it? You want me to tell you or show you?
You got it.
So you undo this, and then you pull this out. And then at the bottom here, can you kind of hold this end for a second? Because this part's a little tricky. Like you have to somehow get this apart at the bottom. And then you slide this back here, lock it in place. But that telescoping, it could go like further, like as far or as little as you want. All right, let's do some deadlifting. It feels like flimsy, I gotta tell you. I have this feeling that when I put the weight on, it's gonna tip over. Let me at least get it centered. Again, no UHMW, so you feel like you don't even want to slide that thing.
Yeah.
Alright. Put some weight on. Oh, you know what? I got a lock on there. Valid fitness clip. Power guidance bar. Valid fitness clip. Look at that. It tipped over. Is that like normal deadlift jack behavior? I don't think so, right? See, this is why I'm fine with the mini jack. This big jack, I don't know. As you can see, it tipped over. It's not the best big jack, but the price was right. Well, for us, it was very right. But for someone who buys it, it's $89. You want to bring up the Amazon image again? Do you remember how to do that?
Yeah. That's up.
Okay. You know what, though? Is take it off. Because now I'm going to put the bar on. All right, we gave people a look at it. They can rewind and see that if they need to. All right, so now we got the two sides on. But this one was slipping off because it like tipped over. All right. We didn't line it up well. I got to move this. Normally not what you would do with a barbell jack, but just had it in line with the rack. Now, look at this handle. It's so short. It's like crazy. I got to bend over to use the handle. And look how far I got to tip it to get the weight off.
What's the point of this?
That's crazy. Well, let's see. Let's see how well it picks up. And this is only 135. All right. Let's try to pick the weight up now. This kickstand is too long, and this handle is too short. And there's no UHMW. This is like a 3. I'll probably give it a 4, but I'll mention in comments that I'm none too happy with it. Yeah, this is too short. The kickstand is too long. No UHMW, and it's very light. I'm not even sure it's worth 89. Might be more like 69 or 75, whatever. Anyway, that's the 5th edition of Temple of Iron Live. I'll probably at some point edit this into like a 2-minute video of this barbell jack showing the review and the assembly. Good night. Nick, you want to say good night?
Yeah, good night, everyone.
All right. Hit end stream, I think.
Oh, no.
Or live.
End stream.
There, it just came back on.